Hey, everybody, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line. It is episode 42 of the Halls of Arden Vul Megadungeon by Richard Barton, using the old school essential systems by Necrotic Gnome. My name is John. I am your referee for the evening. We have a full house going around the horn. We have.
Hi, I'm Mike. I play Goran the Dwarf.
I'm David. I play Onweir, the Illusionist.
I'm Matt. I play Avaricios, the left hand of Lysion, 5th level cleric.
And I'm Ted, playing Mortis J. Gobliano Goblin.
Nice. Okay, we're going to roll right back into it. We're going to pick them back up on the Halls of Thoth level towards the eastern end, where last time we had Goran and Mort doing a little three-man recon with Yost. They found some interesting things, got some extra money, extra valuables anyways, and retreated back to the stairwell that leads up to the Well of Light, where they had deposited the rest of their party members to take a breather while Goran and Mort took it on. And that is where we're going to pick up. It is the 30th of Lagarios. It is about 9:20 p.m. Key thing to keep in mind. And the retainers that we now have with us are Yost, Njal Oakhart, and Elizabeth Cormac. And if we could just get a quick update for everybody of what the currently memorized spells are from our spellcasters, that would be great.
Sure. I have Cure Light Wounds memorized twice for my 2 level 1 slots. I have Hold Person and Silence for my 2 level 2s. And Lisbeth has the Mighty Fairy Fire locked and loaded.
Who would ever make fun of her having this?
I don't know. I can imagine.
And Onweir?
Onweir has Chromatic Orb and the Bracteros effect for level 1 spells, and he has Brainful of Spiders and Improved Phantasmal Force for level 2.
You still have Improved Phantasmal Force?
Oh, I know, I burned it. That's what I had memorized. But yeah, I burned that last session. We haven't slept. So
you don't have it anymore.
And you also burn Bracteros effect, right?
I did. Correct.
That goes for a long time, though, right? Wasn't it like 6 hours or something like that?
2.
I don't remember.
It was like 2.
It was a long time, but I doubt it might still be in effect.
I'll tell you what it is. It's in our notes.
I think it's
Okay.
2 hours.
2 hours? Okay. Probably gone then.
It's 6
I think
hours.
it's
6 hours.
Oh, I remember the thing.
Mike was painfully wrong.
Painfully wrong. I often am, and I freely admit this.
It's still going good.
I don't remember what it was cast, though, but that actually is coming up.
I cast it right before we plunged into the Punchertown.
So it was on at least, I know it was on Lisbeth's lantern, the one that she was carrying, but I don't remember. And you cast on something else. I don't remember. Was it a
my
torch?
own lantern?
Oh, your own lantern. Okay.
Yeah, it's gone.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, the last session actually took almost close to took 4 and something hours.
Oh, geez. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Okay, but speaking of ongoing effects right now, Goran has his third eye opened by the strange fountain with its random effects that last time gave the entire party true seeing. This time Goran is walking around able to detect magic. He doesn't know how long it's going to last, though, so time is of the issue.
To be honest, John, the last time we used it, it gave Avaricios an STD that he needed to go.
Yeah, I know.
That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. It was drinking from the fountain.
Yeah, but Mike Goran YOLO'd it last time. It was just like, fuck it.
Yeah, man.
I was a little surprised, to be honest.
So I'm a little bit leery. I'm a little bit scared about going to bed without looking around. Because we don't know how long it's going to last, right? And how sad will it be if, I wake up in the morning and I'm just a normal old dwarf?
It will be very sad.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we have a plan.
Kind of like every day. But.
Yeah, exactly. We used it in the room of ultimate evil, i.e. David's dorm room.
Guys, I've got one more credit and I get to graduate. I can't wait.
Waiting for you in that room, David.
But I was wondering if it's worth running into Fire Pit Room just to see what that all is, or running back into what else, Ted, did we talk about? Did we make it back into the statue room or no?
We want to look at the Fire Pit Room. We want to look at Laryl's office one more time, and then we will go to the Thoth statue room, and we'll play it by ear from there. But east to west, and then if it's still going. We can look at some other things, but by then it'll probably be close to midnight and we need to get some sleep.
Right.
So I see no reason not to at least just poke into the fire room. Even though we don't have read magic yet, we can just go in and see what's going on in there. It might tell us
Say hi.
something.
Yeah. Say hi to the guy.
Wave, close the door, go into Laryl's office, see what we can see. Maybe we missed something. Great. Then we go hit the Thaw statue room. We have some real adventure.
Okay, so what are you doing with the very heavy but yet small statue of Osiris?
So we had walked that back to the staircase where everyone was getting ready to camp.
Right. So if
And
everyone's
I
leaving,
doubt that they're no longer camping. Like they're probably all still kind of getting ready to camp. So maybe we just leave the retainers there to kind of like bed down and the four of us like get up to our shenanigans. What do you guys think?
I mean, it's
Otherwise,
not
it's got to go in the sack.
Yeah. Why don't we just?
Like, I don't know why we had such a confusing time talking about Yost's backpack last time, but he's not carrying much. He's very strong. There's room for him to carry it without reducing his speed if Mort takes a couple of items off of him, which he can do because he's out of oil and he's used up some other things. So we can carry it. We don't need to use the sack.
Yeah. If you're fine, is his speed 90, 60 now? What's his speed?
It was 60 walking back, but I can adjust things so it'll be 90.
Okay.
Mort just carries some stuff and his speed will still be 90.
Okay, then let's not complicate it. Let's just leave it the way that it is.
okay,
And then Elizabeth has her hands free and she can come with us.
gotcha.
Okay.
All right. So you pick up the folks who have rested. Is anyone hurt right now?
I have taken a point of damage.
Yeah, I'm at 7 of 9. Ooh, good reference.
I'm not damaged. Elizabeth's obviously not damaged because she's alive.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you pick up everyone, you explain exactly what you saw and the things that you heard and everything, and you're going to move towards what, the east to the room with
To the
heat?
fire room.
Yeah.
Okay.
We push Gorand in and close the door and then let him out and he can tell us what he saw.
Okay. I have Yost with the lantern right now. Is that cool? I have it marked down when what's it expiring.
He can give it back to Elizabeth.
Yeah, give it back to Elizabeth. And let me know how many turns and I'll have her, because she has more oil. She can reload it if we need.
Just filled it, Matt. It should have a lot.
It's not just filled, but it is quite some time. 6, 12, 16, 20 turns.
Okay.
Yeah, we filled it going into the fountain room, I think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She'll take that. She's got that going right now. So
All right.
So
Yost can
double handing
flex
his
and-
spear again. He's ready to go.
We switched over to Albert, and you guys carefully creep back out and open the door back into the hallway. And you're presented once again with that door to the east, where you can feel faint heat and a little bit of a flickering light. You move through.
Yep.
Okay, you move 30 feet eastward down the corridor. Once again, you can only hear like the crackling of flame. It continues to get hotter and hotter. It seems to be the exact same conditions as when you first approached it. You open the second door.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anything magic on the second door?
No, there is not.
Okay. Yep. Open it up.
Okay. One moment. Okay. So, when you open it up, you are greeted once more by this large flame in the midst of the room, huge and billowing, with no presumable source of fuel for it. It is bounded by a stone ring made of marble, about 1 foot tall, and that ring is completely written over with arcane magical runes. Gorand, they glow, obviously, quite substantially more than when you first saw them. On where you can peg them immediately as arcane runes. And these were described to you by Gorand and Mort when they came back, so you know what to expect. The fire itself has an additional radiance to it, Gorand, that speaks of magic, and the being that now that you know to look for it, even though it's difficult to tell without kind of getting really close to the fire, you can kind of make it out because you know what you're looking for, also radiates magic. It still is standing there without any sort of legs or anything like that, but has its arms made of fire crossed before it. It has no like discernible features, but you can make out that it's a general humanoid shape. There is You know that in the center, you'd still have to approach, but that there is a ring. There does not seem to be any radiance coming from that particular spot.
In the center, you mean a key?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I meant key, not ring. Sorry.
Okay. So the key does not appear to radiate magic, is what you're saying.
That's correct. Yeah.
But everything around it does. Gotcha.
And nothing else in the room. There's no like patches on the wall or anything else that looks magical.
Not that looks magical.
Okay.
Remember, you have not done a thorough search of this room.
Yeah. We're just trying to knock out some magic stuff right now, guys. Can we bounce to the next round?
Yeah, just bounce.
I agree.
It's not really telling us anything that we didn't already know. Let's go to Leryl's office since it's right there.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
And Ted, we did a really thorough search of the armor and stuff like that and all the rest, right? We got the cask out of there. It has some sort of like magical effect on it that prevents you from being attacked.
Well, so the coffer that you removed from Jackin's sarcophagus, I think got when you picked it up, you got a sensation of protection. We don't know exactly. You surmise sanctuary. It could be something else. What we did not do was actually move the armor and look underneath it.
Gotcha. Okay, but let's hold off on that for now. Let's go to Leryl's office.
Okay, once you get back into Leryl's office, that a turn passes, just so you know. It's still in the same manner. It does not look like anyone else has been in here. Let's see. So, if all you're looking for is magic, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There is nothing that radiates magic.
Okay.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Where?
To the statue room.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're moving at 90?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you make your way back into the statue room. Once again, that is completely. Is it dark? I think it is.
We brought a lantern.
Yeah. I can't remember if it's pretty lit. Yeah, it is. So you're looking out across that balustrade, across that huge room, seeing the tops of the statues. There are a few things that ping here, Gorn, that illuminate the room for you because of their magical nature. First of all, the statues all radiate magic. Okay, they're let's see. Oh, hold on, sorry. Just looking. Yeah, it is the statues. Yep, all the statues.
All 7 statues?
Yes, all 7 statues.
Okay.
That's interesting because now we know that there's magical effects on all of them and not just those 2. Hey, Ted, pull out that piece of parchment you got from the Thoth statue and see if that's magical.
Oh, yeah. I'll wave the parchment in front of him. The one that says, "With knowledge I prevail."
It is not magical.
And we checked the statue. I don't know if we did. Look at the statue real quick. I think we said it's non-magic, though.
No, all of them
You
are
mean the
magical,
statuette, right?
The
gold statuette. Yeah, that's
I
not
apologize.
magical.
The little statuette is not magical.
Yeah, okay.
Do you guys want to try and trigger another cycle of statue activity in here if we're in here?
Why don't we go? Do we want to look in the spider chasm room first with your magic eyes while we still have it?
Yeah, if you caught the last session, you probably heard the hypothesis that we think those doors are one way.
Yeah. What I was thinking is we could just have Elizabeth stay on this side of the door to open it after we go through.
Okay. Go ahead, David. What's up?
Not to divert us too much, but I also am very aware of the fact, looking at our mapping, that the door that almost electrocuted me to death is on the other side of sort of negative space for this entire layout. And I don't know if viewing magic would do us any good on parsing what that door is all about, but it may be something worth looking at while we can as well. Because I remember you could kind of traverse laterally across the rock with ropes that they had set up there, I think.
That's over
not that far. The ropes
here,
only
right?
went part of the way.
Yeah, that's where it is.
You had to fly there. That was the only way there.
I see. Well, perhaps from a distance we can see it. That can be the last thing we do because I think it's a lower priority, but I think it's worth maybe, since we know it's a big, magical, daunting door, If the magic vision has anything that can help at parsing whether we can open that, that'd be probably pretty valuable. I think.
Like a magic keyhole or something.
I have a feeling that might be one of the more important things in this area. In other words, and I don't know if it leads to a room, like I said, in that negative space or elsewhere. But
well, I mean, I'm sure there's a chamber of some kind on their side because I think it was marked as somebody's tomb or something. But
exactly, and we've looked at a lot of tombs already on this floor, right?
I think also, if I remember correctly, that's a bit higher than where we are. It wasn't on the same level. Like when we came out of the tunnel to the south and we kind of saw that door, we kind of looked and saw that it was up above us.
No, it was actually lateral. Pretty much.
Oh, it is.
There was a ledge, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a ledge that kind of went to it?
No, it was like a circular stone seal directly in the center of the chasm.
I thought there was I know that. I see it on the map, but I thought there was like a little bit of a ledge because we had all crawled out of that tunnel into the chasm room and we're lined up on the ledge talking to the darlings.
Right, but the ledge does not go as far as the door.
Okay.
There's a ledge. There's a ledge on the exit of that tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that wasn't on the plan. The plan is the spider room. You want to look at the spider room instead of working with the statues? That's a great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Lisbeth and I would say Yost would volunteer to stay with her on this side of the door. He's not going to leave her.
Oh, he's got a little thing, huh?
He does not have a little thing. No.
He has a little thing for Elizabeth. I can tell.
Little thing.
I've seen the way he looks at her.
Okay, so what's the plan? Are you going to the statue, to the large?
I think we should listen and see if we still hear the scritching sound.
Oh, yeah, and we're going to walk right past the room that you guys found with the 3 sarcophagi. Do you want to just peek in there and see?
Might as well peek in there too.
Right.
Okay.
So
I think
next thing we do, we peek in this 3 sarcophagus room.
Okay. Peek into the sarcophagus room, you see nothing pinging in there. When you are at the sarcophagus room, you can hear scritch, 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 scritch on the door.
All right. It's got to be spiders. Should we kill some spiders?
That's very patient spiders, Ted. I don't know, man. That feels very patient for spiders.
I think there's a very real possibility that it's the goblins just kind of poking and checking at the boundaries, poking and checking.
They have never stopped, though. Goran and Mort can tell you that the source of that sound never ever stopped.
My one question is the objective right now to expend as much of the magic viewing before doing something like sleeping, for instance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is the objective to adventure? Because I think we should be running back and forth to every location we can that might ping a magic thing, if that's what we actually want to do with Mike's eyes. And then we can do whatever we do from there, right?
Yeah.
The point is to use the magic, but we're in a space right now that is frankly, there's not that much here, right? Like we can go into the cavern room. We've already kind of seen in there with the magic viewing. We know that there's an evil magic column. The only other thing we could do, I suppose, is the other room with 3 sarcophagus, but I think it makes way more sense for Mike to open up the door and stick his eyes out there and look around the spider room, because there's an actively moving statue in there. There's a monster coming out of the walls. There's possible secret doors. I mean, that is clearly the next place to use detect magic, I would think.
And then my only other question is to you guys is, do we have any items on us that we have picked up that we want to at least determine if they're magical?
I mean, I can show you everything of Isocritus and we can look at them real quick.
Yost has 2 large bronze keys from Isocritus' lab, but I doubt they're magic, but he'll hold them up.
What are they again? Sorry.
The 2 large bronze keys from Isocritus' laboratory.
Yeah, not magical.
Didn't think so.
How about Iso's staff, dagger, robes?
1 moment.
I don't believe they were, but might as well while we have this.
I bet they are.
I can't imagine that they aren't.
What kind of a wizard walks out of
has to be.
Yeah, come on, man. Give the guy some credit. He was a professional.
His
He's just carrying around a regular staff.
His staff is not magical. His what else are you asking?
His robes.
I have his staff, robes. I have his ring, and I have his dagger with the strange sheath. I have literally everything of Isocritus is on my person right now.
The dagger and ring are magical.
Aha!
All right, let me mark that on the treasure tracker here.
That's good to know. All right. So, and the robes are not correct.
Nope.
And the only thing
A magic ring, man. That's like G money level.
I've been wearing this all the time, so let's hope it's not cursed.
You'll find
Okay.
out.
After Onweir puts away all of the possessions, Goran,
Yep.
your third eye closes.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know,
Ooh.
I'm glad though we did what we did though, guys. Because if we'd gone to sleep, it would have been a real bummer.
All right.
That true seeing lasted like a day, so this is like very quick.
Yeah. Well, I think we got a lot of good use out of it. I think we've seen every room pretty much on this level with it, so we did good.
You see a
Really
melancholy
quick.
sadness spread over Goran's face
Yeah, that's
despite
right.
his best efforts.
Aw.
He liked that
I
taste.
forgot what John said was magic in the process of trying to look it up so I could write it down. Was it the ring?
The ring
and
and the
what
dagger.
else?
Ring and the dagger. John, I think I want to try and multi-class into wizard for my next class.
You got a reason to. A diegetic reason to.
Makes
So,
sense.
guys, I have a thought. I don't know if we would necessarily hear that same scratching at the door that's like 20 feet to the south.
Mhm.
You can
But
certainly try that.
it would be nice to open the door that doesn't have something actively trying to get us.
Yeah, I'm game.
Right.
I'm game. That sounds good.
I'm game for that. Now, one thing I do want to ask though, too, guys, is we are all like on the cusp of being exhausted. Do we just go do the camp now and then try this again in the morning?
No. I think we got time. I think we got vim and vigor.
It'll take
Let's-
4 turns to do that complete circuit around, provided nothing happens.
And
Yeah,
John,
let's-
how long until we hit our Cinderella level
Midnight.
exhaustion?
Midnight. It's 9.
It's
It's,
only-
about,
it's
it's about
only like-
9:30 right now.
It's only 9:30. Come on.
Sure.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
You make your slow way around. Don't mind me.
Could go wrong.
Don't mind me again.
Why would you say that, Mike?
10 p.m.
It's all fine.
Okay.
Me
so
and David are
you
on the same wavelength right now.
once again you
Hey, I'm
make
just
your
quietly watching, baby. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
you make your slow way back. You're guided by the continual light that emanates from the fountain.
Nope.
I am assuming that you are not taking a break to attempt to drink from the fountain. Is that true?
I'll
I'm
drink
not.
from it.
Hmm?
Sorry. Never mind. I won't.
It's up to you. That's
Come on.
why I'm asking.
No, I'll. You know
Of
what?
course, I'll drink from it.
You know what? And my buddy in chaos, I will join you. Lycion has my back. There is, and anything that happens is a gift from him.
if
Mama
it's
Gabriano
me
didn't
drinking
raise
from
no
it sets
fool.
the magical effect, then you guys might get detect magic too.
We'll find out.
Who's drinking from it first?
I will.
Onware, roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh boy.
That is an 11.
Oh no.
Okay.
Pretty
Uh,
standard.
Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
How many hit points did you have?
Okay. Onweir, what do you call it? A call goes over your vision for a brief second, and when you start to panic, it is you are suddenly amazed as that call is lifted, but your vision is entirely different as you see things in the ranges that no man was meant to see. As you suddenly see the heat signatures popping off of everyone around you, as you gain infravision.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Stick
All
around.
right. I stick my hands in, I cup, and I drink deep while praying to my Lord.
The same thing happens to you, Avaricios, as you too, a mere human, are suddenly blessed with the abilities that only the short folk in your party have.
Oh, nice. All right, Elizabeth, y'all, come on. The water's fine. Jump on in.
Yep. Every party member now has infravision.
Hell yeah.
It used to be special.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Yeah.
like this.
Don't at all.
Some
Okay.
bullshit.
I am going to add a tack on an extra turn for supping at the fountain.
All right.
Okay, so by the time you reach that other door, Yost is a little bit on edge because he remembers moving through this door previously, as did the rest of you. And he has remembrances of Helga's body impaled by the spears in the room to the south, which you avoided. At this door, you, without taking a turn, you cannot hear the scritches.
Aha!
Okay.
Can I ask a favor of Matt real quick, of Andreas? Is it
You may.
possible to pull out a rope and a grappling hook right now from Laurel's sack?
I can definitely pull out a rope. I think I can pull out a grappling hook.
Didn't you pull those? Am I wrong? But did you pull out those this day?
I did not. I will tell you. Today I have pulled out a ferret, a toy for the ferret to play with, a handkerchief with a W on it, a candle. That was a good candle.
The candle was good.
A fish hook and like a long piece of wire to put on the end of the fish hook.
Yep.
And some gloves. And I think, Ted, I think you borrowed something from it last episode.
Okay.
Red paint.
Red paint and a brush.
Oh,
Right.
which
Well, huge
Which
props,
you guys-
Matt, for actually keeping tabs on what you've been pulling out, which I love.
What did you use the gloves for?
Throwing
Yeah,
down
we don't need
gauntlets.
to talk about that. No, I got gloves out in preparation in case the wire was going to get hot when I stuck it in.
Oh yeah.
So
Hey
smart.
Ted,
So
where did
smart.
we do our painting? Where did we do our graffiti?
Yeah, Onward definitely saw the red graffiti on the wall that said, AV Club territory, keep out, and
Onward eats
Isocritus, the Garelad murdered Isocritus, and I think you said you painted Onward sucks rocks on it. Is what it was.
Rocks,
Yeah. They don't. So, Avarice, they don't quite have the subtlety that you have with your bent for mischief, but they're working
We
on
actually signed our names.
It is a gift. I'm trying. I'm working with them. You know what I
it. I Goran
The problem
wrote
was
this.
that Mort's, Arcantian, he did it wrong, and he had to do it over and over and over until the whole wall was
Yeah.
covered in red letters.
Yeah.
It was
I
really
love
tedious.
it. I love it.
Okay, so once again, you were at a very similar door, but you're
Yeah.
not hearing the same sounds coming from this one.
Would you guys like to give a
Was that
lesson? Huh?
Well, hold on. Was that yay or nay on the rope and grappling hook? We got totally derailed from my request.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to affix one side of that rope to my waist, and I'm going to, like a climber, coil the hook over myself for no particular reason.
Okay.
So I have.
You're gonna get
I'm tied,
electrocuted again. Yeah.
I'm tied to a rope, and I just have the grappling hook. Like, let's say, like the end is over my shoulder, like that.
Gotcha. No problem. All right.
Awesome.
I won't count it
Great
as a
idea.
turn.
It's a good look for you.
So there is a faint flickering light coming from underneath the door, which was the same that was coming from the northern one.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right, let's do it. I'll
so
open
we-
the door.
You want to listen first?
We cannot let this door shut behind us, guys. We just cannot let the door shut behind
Well,
us.
I'm gonna have Elizabeth stay back to open it in case it does,
Okay.
so she can open it again.
And John, I'm going to open that door the barest of cracks just so I can see what is at the other door.
You mean like right directly to your north?
Yes.
Yeah. Give me a second. Not like I'm looking up a monster or anything. Don't worry about it.
You don't want to do a little listen there?
We did
Morphe?
listen. We didn't hear anything at this door.
You didn't listen. I've just said when you approached the door without listening, you didn't hear anything. Do you want to take a turn to listen?
No. What do you
Okay.
think, Ted?
I mean, we're not hearing the scritching on the immediately other side.
Right.
That's the key thing.
Let's do it.
All right.
Take it down.
I am going to roll a number here on air.
I'm in the back of the turn order, but I'm like all the way back in the hallway.
Okay.
I'm
So
right at your back, Goran.
Goran, you
Goblin-
carefully open the door, like really carefully. It moves without a sound. Okay. And you quickly peek your head and you look directly to the north. You can see, and they don't seem to notice you, as you see 4 skeletal warriors basically mounted on top of each other, just kind of like it's eerie. It's almost eerie how slowly they're working at the door, but they're just sort of just pawing at the door with their long phalanges, right? And they've just got like draped with like ancient chain and like a cocked, helmet, conical helmet, and loosely fitting, baldricks and stuff like that, But they're like in one hand they have like weapons, like some have a spear, one have a sword and stuff like that. But with like on the other hand, it's just like slowly pawing at the door, just determined to slowly whittle it away for all eternity if that's what it takes.
Wow. I shut the door very quietly and I go, Onweir, there's a really cool hat in there.
Awesome. I
Same
go
thing,
and open
Goran,
the
too,
door.
is when you were able to assess as well, because you kind of knew what to expect. The globe of darkness is gone. There's no remnants of that strange Thothian figure, and the remnants of that one goblin are still there on the ground and appear to have been unmolested by the skeletons. Yeah, Ted.
These skeletons are human-sized, or
Yeah,
they're not
human
goblins?
size. Human size.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a question of whether we want to clean this room out or go back to the Thoth statue room, guys. I mean,
Why
I see
don't
no
we?
reason to let skeletal warriors hang around at our,
I mean, that, and our plan is to come this way later anyway.
might as well do it now, right?
Can't Avaricios turn them and make short work?
Well,
I can definitely try.
that's what we're going to find out. But I say we
Let's
do it
try
now.
Okay, let's leave Elizabeth and Yost in charge of keeping the door open, right?
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
John, I'm going to quietly open the door and step into the room with my shield and spear at the ready. What,
Wait.
David?
Why wouldn't we funnel them through the hallway where we have a better advantage than if we run out into the room with them? Let's use the environment to our advantage, right? No?
I mean,
Okay, whatever. Let's just
well, I mean,
proceed.
I guess it's kind of doesn't it become kind of academic if we funnel them back into the hallway, because then one of them can attack and one of us can attack,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
It kind of
if our
works
tactic
itself
was to
out,
delay their advance, to let something else happen elsewhere, that would be
i.e.
great. Here,
Matt turning them, and hopefully he's powerful enough to just blow them up at this point.
Well, I mean, I might kill some. They also might just be like stuck up in that corner trying to get away from me. And then we can pick them off with ranged stuff.
Yeah, John, I do what I do.
Okay, so you open the door again quietly. So you're like, okay, and you're trying to beckon Avaricios in. The moment, though, when you open the door, one of the skeleton's heads like just turns empty socketed towards you, and you can hear like a low like as they all turn towards you and they start to clack, broken boned towards you.
this is like that section in Heavy Metal where the guys on the bomber, and they start coming out. Yeah, Mike knows.
That part's upsetting. Don't talk about that.
So no one's in melee spell casting, though. I assume Avaricios is declaring.
Yep, I'm pulling out my holy symbol and I'm going to turn.
Onweir and Elizabeth spell casting?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, roll for initiative, please.
Mike, this one's yours.
I got a 1.
Hooray!
Oh, also rolled a 1. Okay. I got a 2.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Mike.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are up first. First is move. Goran, you are blocking the passageway into the room.
Okay, I would like to move farther into the room, John, and put myself as a little doty dwarven shield between them and Avaricios.
Okay. Anyone else moving into the room or moving in?
I will move next to Goran, shield up, and create the shield wall of the little people.
Okay.
They are short. I'm going to move behind them and I'm going to hold my symbol of Lysion high and proud.
Okay. Retainers, Onweir.
I'm standing in the hallway. I'll watch from the doorway.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's y'all gonna do?
Oh, yeah, Nyal's going to come. Yeah, he'll be the third person like on that line, and just in
Okay.
case any of them try to run around.
Yost and Elizabeth.
Right. Yost is gonna protect Elizabeth at the doorway.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
they're
it.
going to stay keeping that door open so it doesn't close.
Okay, so everyone just protecting Avaricios to see how it goes off. So I'm assuming no missile weapons at this point. So now it is spells. Avaricios, you're going to roll me 2d6, please.
Here they come.
Get 'em.
Baby.
Get 'em, Ray.
Okay, 6.
Okay, so you are. Let's see. You rolled. What level are you? 4.
I am a 5th level cleric.
5th level. Oh my goodness. Okay. And
Excellent. Well done.
So compare the roll against the hit dice that you're talking about. Okay, and then you're going to roll 2d6 again, please.
Okay.
Big money, no whammies.
This one's going to be a big number. Oh, 7. Okay.
Bigger.
Okay. So you step into the room and arrayed before you are all your companions as you hold forth your holy symbol. You speak your words of repelling, and the light shines forth in this already lit room. Don't forget they're all two torches. The skeletons, like the moment you step into the room, all of their jaws like unhinge, just like as they come stumbling towards you, and then the power of your holy light bursts forwards over the shoulders of your companions and completely obliterates them into smoking shards of bone. Just boom! With a loud explosion that echoes throughout the chasm. And they just go scattering as if like a huge, like massive, like force wave like went forward, just like all the bones go everywhere.
When this happens, does the armor fall like Obi-Wan style to the ground first? Or
now the arms of the statue of Thoth are still in their parallel position, which you surmise is what the goblins did to it, because that was not the position that they were in previously, like a long time ago when you first encountered here. Also, the torches were unlit the first time you came through. You also assume that it was also done by the goblins. One of those goblins is smushed on the ground before you.
All right.
A turn went by.
Jan?
Yeah.
I would like to go and examine the door that is open, the one that we came through.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and analyze what the locking mechanism is to see if it is indeed just a one-way door or if there's some sort of special catch or something like that in it.
Okay, so
skeletons are just no good at doors.
With your dwarfiness, Gorand, you can tell that it is indeed a very, what's the word? Not delicate.
Clever?
Clever.
Complicated?
Yeah. It's a clever one-way door. Very, very subtle in design. Impossible to overcome. And you can, it's basically if the door closes, there is no possible way to get that door back open that you can see.
Short of destroying it somehow.
That Gorn can see.
Gorn, when it is closed, can you tell? Is it like it's invisible and you can't see it, or can you still see this?
No, you guys could all see
the doors because we knew they were there.
Yeah,
yeah.
But there's no latch or handle and the seams are so tight. It's impossible to get to open the door.
Is it a very strong door, John? Is it like a security door version of this thing? Like,
no, it's like solid wood, but that is strong. Arcantian doors are well made.
But some goblins with hatchets would be able to get it down eventually.
Possibly, yeah. If with enough time and effort, even the skeletons would have eventually gotten through.
I will say this though, we were discussing defensible havens within the dungeon. This seems like a pretty good line of defense if we were to ever want to camp or bolster or do anything here or down in the Hall of Heroes, etc., etc. In other words, like this is a pretty usle.
It's not.
I agree. I don't want to mess it up right now. Yeah,
I would not fuck it up. Yeah,
but there a key thing. Are there keyholes?
No, there are no keyholes.
No keyholes. Okay. And is the same true of both doors?
Of 3 doors. So the 3 doors in the room.
All 3 doors are like that.
Yes.
I guess it's good I'm still standing in the doorway of one of them, eh?
That's why we said no one let the door shut, right?
I missed that. Yeah.
John, so you're telling me that there is, and I'm sorry if I'm being obtuse, there is no mechanism that I'm detecting that will allow the doors to be opened from inside the spider chasm room.
That's correct.
Or is it just flat out impossible?
I can't tell you if it's impossible or not. You don't know enough. But from what you can see, with a thorough study, with all of your dwarven knowledge of engineering put to the fore, you can determine no possible way to open those doors short of forcing them down.
I think it's safe to say that unless someone knew specifically what these doors were, that no one's going to get in it.
I'm just wondering if there's a statue arm position that unlocks them.
Well, I mean, it's possible. Yeah.
There probably is.
But I think, like, in terms of just like, go ahead, Ted. Sorry.
Well, just any other, like, I mean, if you've examined the door, great. Maybe we examine the rest of the room and look for a mechanism or something that might open them. I mean, I can see the purposes of a one-way door like this in a Thothian temple. I can definitely see, some like only the knowledgeable shall pass beyond the door of lockedness, kind of thing. But it also seems like a big pain in the ass to not be able to go through the door.
I mean, except the fact that like all of the most ancient heroes are interned here forever, right? So like this may not be a door people should be entering in, right? This may be an exit
that's a
only
good point.
scenario,
Although
right?
how do you carry more people?
Like the other way to enter this place, aside from the chasm route we found, which seemed like kind of roughly hewn, if I recall, is like via Plunger Town, via like a much more established Hall of Heroes is there, et cetera, right? Like we don't know the entire context there, but it certainly seems that like much more important people would be walking from that direction than from the front, right?
I mean, I also think I want to repeat what Mike said. I'm pretty sure that it's an arm position thing on the statue.
Sure.
Yeah, like there's a definite key here, and it's going to be that. And if we mess around with it and pick the wrong position right now, we have a fight with the giant David or the weird ibis-headed guy. So,
Right.
Well,
So
and I think that's a big hint is that this insane extra dimensional ibis-headed guardian came to fuck with someone trying to get through this door potentially, right?
Right.
They didn't have
Right,
the right
which
arm
is the
combo.
guard we're talking about, right? Like so.
Yeah.
And you say
yeah.
extra dimensional, but we don't actually. It comes through a secret door, right?
say-
it's got to come through that one in the north. It's got to.
Well, I thought
right?
maybe I misheard when I listened to the episode. I thought there was some sort of like portal that was throwing goblins through or something. Was I imagining
No,
that?
there was a orb of darkness in the middle. We think maybe either it or a goblin cast that, and then it got murdered inside the globe of darkness. But going all the way back to when the Darlings came through here, they initially jacked with the statue, and they said something came through the wall, right, and killed Cassandra.
So my theory is that there's 3 pictures on the wall. There's the moon and the ibis. There's the baboon clubbing the crocodiles, and there's the blue eye, which each one corresponds with the door. So they're either 3 different guardians or 3 different things that can open depending on what you do with the arms of the statue. But I have a feeling there's actually probably 3 secret doors in here.
Okay,
That's my
guys, I have a bit of memory that just struck me out of the blue and from our notes.
Okay.
When Cassandra was killed, the Darlings told us that both arms were up.
Straight up.
Straight up. When both arms are up, the baboon panel opened, which is the one we just came out of, or the one to the north of us, and a flesh and blood guardian came out and crushed Cassandra. So we know now that straight out brings them, straight up brings them. And I don't remember can we remember what position those arms were when we came through, when we saw this room the first time?
Well, I think they were both up, right? Because that's what had it been with the Darlings had left them. Because they appear to stay in the last position that they were in. Because the goblins moved them out like straight out ahead, and they're still like that. So
Question.
You know what? That's actually a good point, Ted. And I apologize. I just misread the description in the thing. It appears that the arms reset after a certain amount of time, and that time has elapsed. I thought the time was longer than it was, and that they would still be in the same position.
So we don't know what the goblins did then.
So we do, because we saw them in the room with the monster.
Right.
Oh,
so
okay.
right now they are they are in the. I don't know. You don't know if it's the original position, but they have changed positions since the last time you saw them. The arms now are both resting upon their knees, upon its knees. So this statue, remember, is it's squatting on its knees with it's squatting with its knees drawn up to its chest, and its arms are bowed with its hands resting on its knees. It is a baboon-headed version of Thoth, not Ibis. However, the creature that was attacking the goblins was a thing of flesh that had an Ibis head.
So we know arms straight out, bad. Arms straight up, bad.
So it's got to be a single arm. Weren't there like art depictions of a single arm up, like him like reaching out and
you have
handing?
seen numerous depictions of Thoth in frescoes, particularly remnants of frescoes, particularly where priests of Thoth or people were paying obeisance to Thoth, or Thoth was giving gifts to the people with its right arm down and its left arm raised.
raised out like this, right? Like straight out.
Yeah, as if it was like
giving.
offering a benediction or giving something.
So that was the
Well,
exact
why
same
don't
thought
we-
I had, Matt, because we saw some frescoes like that in that last sarcophagus room. So I was thinking that was possibly a good clue.
Okay, it might
Why
be
don't
a
I
fight, but I
sit
think
here?
Go ahead,
I
David.
do.
Why don't I sit here at the door, ready to cover an escape if need be, and you guys
Yeah.
try exactly this out right
I
now.
love it. Let's try it.
Let's do it. Right.
All right.
I'm at the ready at the door. If I need to open it or do everything I can from the other side. I mean, I'm
Let's-
holding
let's-
it open, but
yeah.
in case it like forces closed, I don't know, right? Like,
Gotcha.
yeah,
And
I'm
who's
gonna be on the hall side of the door.
Tell you what, why doesn't Yost block the door to prevent it from closing? Because he's bigger and stronger. But you're right there as well.
We can both be there, but I
Yeah.
want to be on the inside of that.
Yes, I got that part.
Onweir has other motives that he doesn't need to explicitly say.
I'm just looking at your ability scores. Onweir's not that. I mean, he's not Yost, but
No one
my
is
goodness.
Yost.
I am just having a camera night tonight. Yeah, no, I mean I have 11 strength. I'm not like totally feeble.
No,
but
it's
I'm
just-
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Elizabeth,
take an
Elizabeth
11
is though.
strength, dude. You want to give me your 11 strength? I'll take it.
Yeah, Elizabeth is definitely going to wait inside that door in the coward's position that you just outlined.
Coward's position.
I'm giving all of them a look like at least
Okay.
someone knows
Who's manipulating the statue?
Yeah, go.
Can we do one other thing?
There's always
Just
one
one
other thing.
I know.
That
just one more
area-
thing.
Yeah, just one more thing. That area where Cassandra's body was, is it still there, John? Gross.
The body?
Yeah,
I can't remember what you did with it. If you didn't do anything with it, yeah, it's still there.
gross. I
Gross.
wanna put down a puddle of oil in that area.
Hmm.
I mean,
Intriguing.
Our-
Why?
uh,
Because if something pops out in that area, I'm gonna whip a torch at it.
Okay.
Ah,
Remove a flask of oil
I think
from your
it's-
inventory.
You have a flask of oil?
I don't. I need to borrow one from somebody.
That shit has to be counted. This is a resource management game.
Yeah.
Someone
I
mark
gotta
off.
say, we don't have that much oil left. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you guys don't think it's a valuable idea, that's fine. The other thing we could do is we could use some rope to rig up like a Bugs Bunny style trap and grab its feet. Right?
I mean, it's not so much that it's a bad idea; it's that you're the one offering it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Damn.
Somebody wasn't here the night that I managed to do the rock trap on the lizards.
David's
Hey,
here.
I sang your
David's back.
praises. I sang your praises like no one else when you did that. I was all over the place.
All
Oh,
right.
where are you?
Great it
Okay.
was.
So I need what's going on?
I'm going to
Quick.
try. They won't give me the oil, the stingy bastards, John. So I'm going to take a length of rope
Yeah.
and I'm going to create like a lasso trap. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So if something steps into it, I can yank its feet.
Love
Okay.
that.
That's
And
a
we're
I mean,
actually
I
going
have
to
to
get the
do
other
the
end of that
arm?
rope to Yost because he can do that from the doorway
where are you putting that lasso?
in the corner around where Cassandra's body was.
You should put it in front of that northern door. I think it's going to come out of that northern door.
No, it's going to come out from. Well, I don't think they're coming out of the doors. I think they're coming out of secret doors behind the pictures.
I think so too.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I
Cassandra's
would say-
not in front of a picture.
No, but that doesn't mean you get killed right in front of where the monster comes out.
Right. So where's the rope going? Is it still going in front of where Cassandra is?
I'm putting it there.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Takes a
it
turn to
said-
build the rope trap.
It said so. I'll remind us. They told us that the baboon panel opened. And it's
Yes.
flesh and blood, right? So there's a panel right next to the baboon, which is the secret door that we know.
Where is
Right.
the baboon? Can someone mark it?
It's on the map.
It's marked.
Baboon
It's
Club's
Baboon
Croc.
Club's Croc, and there's a green line. That's the panel.
I think that's
You
the art. I
are
think
the
panel
croc
is
in
that door.
this analogy. Yeah.
Okay. I thought, okay, that still makes sense. Okay, so I put it there, John, in front of that panel.
Got it. Okay. Who is manipulating the statue?
I'll have-
I don't mind doing it.
I'll have a shrieker out in case I need to.
Should we the dwarven tradition of rock to decide who's going to go?
I need a
Or do you
call.
want
So
it?
we got to move this forward. Who's doing
I'll do it.
Goran,
Mike's
if you were
doing it.
doing
I
it,
said
you
I was
cannot
doing
do
it,
the.
John.
If you're doing that, you cannot do the lasso trap. Who was doing the lasso trap then?
No, because
Yost
Yost
has
is going to actually hold the rope to do the lasso trap.
Guys, let's just do this.
Okay.
Please.
Goran, what position are you attempting to move the arms in?
Would you guys say again? Right arm out,
No, left
procuring a gift.
left
Left
arm out.
arm out,
Sorry, left
right
arm out.
straight down.
Yep.
Okay.
Left
So
arm straight out.
You've heard many rumors about the fact and seen evidence that the multiple statues can be manipulated. You have seen seams in the statue, and you have been witness to the differing positions. Yet this is the very first time in the campaign that you have actually manipulated themselves. Goran, you find it difficult to do so. It appears resistant, like it's heavy stone that you're sort of working in. You marvel at the feat of engineering it would actually take to manipulate the limbs in such a precise fashion that appears natural, but you are able to do it. When they ratchet into, you could definitely feel like they ratchet into like prescribed positions, right?
You say they? It's just one though.
Huh?
Just one.
Oh no, we have to actually do two
Right.
arms because one of them is sitting on his knee, but we want to have it down.
Well, it can't be down. You're right. It would actually only be one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The down position in this statue because it's squatting is on the knee. So you move the left arm up to be parallel to the ground, but only the left arm. When it ratchets into position, you can hear a deep, deep sound of something else far to the west, far to the southwest, I should say. Ratchet into position deep in the bowels of the dungeon. Like you can hear like a...
Guys, we know there's at least one other statue in the debouchement, right?
Yeah.
It occurs to me only now because of your great ingenuity to try this, that and with the echoing there, whether this is a one and done, right? We've opened one door with this statue, or there is a network of statues, if all of which are positioned correctly, have an effect. That's the inner that's the inner like Sierra adventure game nerd in me from back in the day. But like it might behoove us to try to make every statue lock into this position as a test.
I was speculating on that exact same thing. I think it was last week, and like wondering what. Like I guess I just felt like there's some bigger puzzle that we are only become just now aware of. So, John, when you said something, a deep sound to the southwest, did we feel like it was on this level or below us?
It seemed to come from the depths.
Yeah.
So like you don't know if it came from the chasm. You just know that it came vaguely from the southwest. It sounded like it was underground, and it sounded like a very large mechanism of some sort, like locking into place or something shifting in an extremely large mechanism.
And guys, remember that evil room that you peeked in. It's down quite a bit, and you never saw the other side. So that might continue.
The southeast. That's the southeast.
Oh, that is southeast.
I think it's something over by the debouche room. But I do want to say too, David, to your point about getting all the statues to align. John said that their positions reset too. So what if you have to do them all simultaneously or within a certain time frame?
That's absolutely fair. Yes, I think we'll find out. My optimistic is that they probably reset if they're put in the wrong position. They may not necessarily reset if they're in the right one, but it may be something that we want to wait and see. After we sleep, do we come back and see if the arm's in the same position or not?
Yeah, the good thing I want to say too, though, is that this is not the first time we manipulated the arms of the statue. We did that for the one in the room with the crypts far to the west, the one that was standing in kind of that alcove.
That led to the secret passage with the creepy thing in the creepy
the
water.
Passage was the one with the eyeballs. We found the connector in the eyes. It wasn't the statue.
The one that went due west from the debouche room.
Matt remembers the one I'm talking about. It's due west from the debouche room. There's that statue in that alcove, and we moved the arms, and then it opened up the secret door.
This guy here.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right.
Find my notes.
Yep.
But maybe that's
remember
not
what that
connected
far
to
western room even was.
Well, no, hold on. You didn't. Okay, so there was a statue there that you noticed that the arms were maneuverable. It is also the same size as the statue here. It is a Thoth, 15 feet tall. However, what actually revealed that secret door to the west was you doing. I remember because I'm looking at the description here. Is that you were doing a careful looking around that general area, and you actually found that there was a fresco of Thoth on that western indent right there. And there was in the nostrils of that fresco.
Oh, we
there was
picked its nose.
Mm-hmm.
So you had pegged it for being maneuverable, the statue,
Right.
but you never actually moved it.
Well,
guys,
two things can be true. The arms might still operate on a larger mechanism, but the nose was like a short-term secret, right?
Well, the nose was in the fresco, not the statue.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
So, guys,
Okay.
but just looking at the positions of the statues, I mean, dude, that's a pattern right there. That one is this. If that one is kind of like the same size and make,
The statue of
almost feel like
Thoth
there's
in the
gotta be-
debouchement is also the same size.
the one
Yeah.
inside what?
Oh,
The
oh.
debouch
In the
is-
debouchement room.
The one with
I
the
thought that
box.
was way bigger.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I want to put money that there's at least one statue in one of these hidden pyramid compartments that we have to manipulate, because we're gonna be like, wow, there's one that just I haven't been able to find yet, and it's gonna be in one of those fucking pyramids. I'm telling you right now.
Mhm.
Anyway,
The
sorry.
thing that's killing me though, man, is we
yeah.
don't have any way to open those doors, and I know there's going to be a whole nother section of the complex to the north of this room.
Well, John, there was nothing that occurred in our immediate view, just that sound to the west, right? Nothing has changed with the doors around.
So the doors,
Okay.
so nothing appeared, nothing shifted open, nothing. You just heard that deep, like to the southwest, that sound.
I mean,
Well, guys, I mean, not to be a lame player, but we could just sprint over to the other fucking statue in like a matter of turns and go do it real quick.
well, here's the thing, though. If we do that, these doors are going to close, and we're going to lose our direct
true.
route back to the place where we want to go.
What if we split the party? Is that like a good idea, you think, generally?
Ted?
Or we leave our party, our retainers. Go, Ted. Sorry.
I found my notes from when we found the nostrils thing. We did manipulate the arms. We put them up and nothing happened. Then we found the secret door.
Mhm.
So Matt was remembering correctly. We did mess with them. They just didn't do anything.
Okay.
So I vote we go back to the statue room with the 6 statues and the statue of Thoth, and we worry about left arms of Thoth later, because we are like an hour from or 2 hours from falling asleep.
Can I make one other suggestion? Can we go check out the goddamn spider alcove that we know there's stuff in there that we never did before? It's right
fight
there.
spiders?
Like we're right there.
We
Can we
can
do that?
remember that was going to be tricky to get to without flying. I remember that being one of the descriptors.
We've got David the Rope Master with us. Come on, let's at least go check
Oh,
it
you're
out.
gonna send the wizard into the
No, I didn't
spider
say I'm
pit.
sending you. I'm saying that you're a
Sure.
rope genius, and if anyone can figure out a way to get there, it'll be you.
Okay, will Yost hold this door open so that we don't get locked out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
of course. I will never let it close.
Okay, and we will go peek. I'm assuming, because I wasn't in attendance during the session long ago. You're talking about something that's over here.
It's at the
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
tip of the chasm.
Yep.
There's a
So
space
it
there.
goes
We can see it.
in there. Oh, I see.
I want to go check that out, because if we've been walking by like a teleportation panel or something for like 50 times, I'll kill myself.
This sounds a lot like something under the stairs. It also sounds a
Very
lot like a
dramatic
way.
work.
It sounds a lot like you can get there easily, but you can't get back out easily. Is what I'm
Ooh,
feeling from this.
That
this
is
general
a
vibe.
very good point. Although,
But
one other thing we need to remember, I think that
Sure.
there was something about the spiders in this particular place that they were like camouflaged. I think they were like the color of the rock or something. I think they were really hard to see.
They also didn't rebuild their webs, though, Matt.
We don't know yet. We haven't looked over.
okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
John already described the webs as being destroyed and they hadn't been rebuilt. So
John, can I go to this? Is this hand drawn web still? And oh my god, the pointer's dying. Okay, I'm not gonna use the pointer anymore. The corner of the room where this green web is drawn is still covered in spider webs.
It's the remnants of spider webs.
Okay. Can I go to that position and peer with my infravision,
Mm-hmm.
whatever I have, into that crack and see if I see any heat signatures first and foremost?
Okay,
So
so,
just like-
yeah.
In that direction. Yeah.
First of all, the call of the seemingly bottomless chasm calls to you like a siren song.
like none other than Onweir, trust me.
Yes,
Appeal to Vide, he's ready to dive.
both to the north, to the northwest and to the southeast. As you look upon that great abyss, you do not see any noticeable heat signatures in the 60 feet upon which your infravision extends. But as you look there, with the benefit of lantern light, perhaps,
Sure.
you
He
can.
was asking infrared, but
You said that there are torches in the room.
There are, but with
Or do we need
Elizabeth
to peek
peering
it
over
over?
your shoulder with a lantern,
Sure.
illuminating into the chasm, yeah, and especially having been told by your companions about what lay up there, probably Gornd, you can see that there is the shredded remains of what appears to be a dense spider's nest that is all the way up at the tip of the chasm, which seems to narrow to a point up there, right? And about 20 feet up from where you're at, the shredded webs seem to have revealed what appears to be a very obscure door that is open, leading into a passageway to the west. It is very strange, strange in the same manner that huge round door, like just on the side of the chasm was. There's just like this small little opening, obviously constructed, not just like a cavern, like a hole in the chasm wall, right? That is open. And it was hidden behind the dense spider webs before those spider webs were destroyed. Now it is. So you're kind of, if I'm you, like you're looking out of the chasm and looking this way and then up, and it's way up there, right? Like 20 feet up, and at the far end of the chasm.
Two thoughts, real quick. Not to interrupt that goal, because I have the infravision right now, and because we understand that there are 4 cardinal directions. I don't see any heat signatures in front or slightly above. If I look straight down into the chasm, do I see anything?
No.
Or is that something you have to? Okay. All right. Second, we have the length of rope that's attached to me and the grappling hook. We also have other rope in our party, right, guys?
yep.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to grapple up so that I can get a grappling hook onto this egress, right? With the rope that I'm currently. Go ahead, Ted.
Mort was saving this, but this might be a good time for it. I have a potion of polymorph self,
All right.
and I could just become a spider and go up there and take the rope, climb up there willy nilly. Or,
All right,
or
I
any other.
want a
mean-
yes but I'm going to yes but. I'm
offering.
totally down for that, though it's a very, very powerful spell, and we can probably just throw a grappling hook up there, right? Like, in other words, like I think it's more likely that you'll like be glad to have that if we're about to die than in this
I was
case.
sort of
But if
saving
you're
it to become
excited
a
about
big
using it,
movement,
do it.
you know?
Yeah, do it. Use it now.
I do
if you
want to
want
just ask too, like, have we read the polymorph description to make sure you get special, because there've been so many versions of that spell.
You do.
That's a good
I
point.
just checked it. You get
You
the
get
climbing
spider
abilities
climb?
of a monster. Yeah.
And if you're excited about using it, I support you. I just wanted to
No,
throw a caution because it is a mundane task. So
I'm just trying to sort of, I was offering it if
Sure.
you were worried about falling into the chasm to your death.
well, I'm never worried about that. Never worried about
Yes,
that.
yeah. It doesn't
But-
seem like there's going to
but-
be a hand over hand.
Yeah, but again, I'm very like not to belabor this, but I'm very down to watch you turn into a spider and have fun. So like, if that's something you're really juiced about, go for it.
But what I really wanted to use it for was actually something else. So I think I'll
Okay.
save it. I
Yeah.
What I'm going to do
wanna-
then is
Can we just ask too? Are there any ledges on the chasm?
No.
That we can walk on?
Definitely not walk on. There are plenty of like handholds and shit like that, but
Yeah.
here's
Here's
a
what I
skilled
wanna
climber
do.
can do it.
Here's what I want to do if it's possible. I want to throw one length up with the hook, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have that affixed to me. And I want to have another length affixed to me and have one of you guys holding on this side. So that
Yeah.
should I lose either, I have a contingency, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
All right. Should
So-
I?
Well,
I think you
here's my only like
Please.
hesitation here. If you go over there and it looks really cool and we want to go, are we going to want to go now when we're just about to get exhausted and we haven't had our rest yet? Or do we want to do our other stuff with the fire guy and everything first and then come back and do this? Or
That
do
is
you
what
just
we
want to
want.
go up there and peek and come back?
A turn does go by while you're discussing. I think there's enough time. It's
I'm-
11. It's 11:10 right now.
I definitely well, we can't do the fire guy until we rest, right? I'm inclined to do it because we're here and just to see what it is. And if we
Okay.
see like daylight and it's an exit, it's good to know. But I don't want to divert us too much. So just let me know if it's not.
I would really like to do this. This has
Let's
been like
fucking
an
do it.
itch.
Okay.
This has been like an itch on
John,
the back of my neck for like months.
Okay. So John, grappling hook up.
Mm-hmm.
Does it catch on anything? Can I get a good
Where are you trying to do it?
throwing it up into that like the causeway?
Into that opening.
hole.
Into the
Into
hole?
the hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not, a necessarily easy thing to do. I think that will require an attack roll.
Okay. Would anyone want to do it instead of me? That's more capable of something like this.
I got you.
All right.
Well, it depends if it's a dex roll or a strength roll.
I have a 9 dex and an 11 strength, so I think anyone would be better than me. Probably.
No, it's an
All right.
attack roll. You can use your dex. But
Here's
it's against
the missile, right?
It's against
Can I
AC
go with
11.
strength, though? Can I go with strength?
You cannot go with strength. AC.
Does anyone have better than a 9 dex?
I have a 15 dex.
Okay,
Then
do
you're
that.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
Throw
good.
it,
You're
baby.
good at that. You got this.
So it's a d20 plus 1 for my dex modifier to missile attacks. Do I also add my THAC0 modifier?
Yeah, it's a regular attack roll.
It's regular attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So plus 3. And I have rolled a 14, so that's a 17.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Shika-chink. It attaches.
All right. With that,
Nice.
I'm gonna start shimmying up. Now, again, they have one length of rope that's tied to me
Yeah.
on their end, and the grappling hook is the other one that I'm shimmying up.
Yeah.
Both are tied to me though. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You got the tools, so I'm going to say that you can shimmy up without issue. But a little bit of fear as you swing out over the out of the chasm, but you haul your robed ass up to this hole 20 feet above you, and you heave your arms over the lip and crawl up and in. Okay. The rest of you who are using infravision see him. Well, with Elizabeth's lantern, it actually does reach that far, so you can actually still kind of keep an eye on him. But he quickly disappears into the hole. So you can see here that there is a narrow 5-foot wide passageway that is rough but constructed of solid granite that leads directly west for approximately 20 feet before it looks like it's going to open up. You do not see any heat signatures, and you are without light at this point.
Perfect. I'm gonna keep crawling. Thank goodness I have infravision.
Do you want us to send a lantern up?
I have a lantern. It's just in my bag. Yeah, I have the lantern that I cast Bacterius effect on.
You should
Okay.
use that then, David, because you won't be able to read anything on the walls or anything like that with just infravision.
Totally fair. Thank you for reminding me. I can go ahead and spark up the lantern, John. But what I'd like to do in this case, if I'm like fully fixed, right, I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to. I mean, I'm still tied to lengths of rope, so there's only so far I can go. So I have to untie myself, or I can affix both lengths, the grappling length and the one that y'all have, if you guys want to follow me. Do you have
Oh, you're on a recon mission. You're on recon.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to untie myself from the length that y'all are on, and I'm gonna just like hitch that onto the grappling hook as well. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yep. So you have 100 feet of rope instead of 50.
Yes.
Got it.
Then I'm gonna light my lantern and bishop my way through this little 5-foot crossway.
And this
Okay.
is your special black light Bracteros lamp that's not going to show to anybody else, right?
Well, no, because Bacterius effect is no longer in
That's-
effect.
Oh, that's
But-
right. That's right.
yeah.
I forgot.
Okay. So
But I am going to do one other thing, John. Just so you know, sorry, I have the wand at the ready. So I'm like
okay,
wand,
lantern and wand. Got it. Okay. You need-
shotgun and light source.
I need
Yeah.
you to erase a flask of oil.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh,
got-
it's not. I don't have my own flask of oil. I have the one that we used before that I think we used like 3 or 4 turns on before turning it off again.
Okay.
Oh, I don't remember how many though. That was from many sessions ago. If that's too convoluted, I just won't use the lantern.
I'll call it 3. Okay. All right. So now you can stand up right here. So it is tall enough that you can actually stand upright. It's just narrow. It's about 5 feet. So you can actually walk comfortably down. And as you illuminate the passageway before, you can see that it goes for 20 feet before it enters into another small chamber that is 20 feet east to west, but 10 feet wide.
So, John, I'm in the wrong place on my map.
You are a little bit.
Do I need to go south or north of this? Probably
South. Your tip of your chasm is a little bit too far to the northwest.
Okay.
Oh, I know. This is interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So I need to.
Now,
So that room is going to be like down in here.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah, all
betwixt.
right, I'm just going to draw a new.
yeah. All right.
Oh my God, Owlbear is so slow. Okay.
So, while Ted's drawing, it ends in a small chamber, 20 foot east to west, 10 foot north to south. Okay. And it's devoid of furnishings at all, except for a 7-foot diameter hole in the western side of the room.
A hole
In the floor.
in the floor. Oh.
Are there footprints on either side of it? Like,
No, there is no footprints. However, there is graffiti scrawled on the wall directly behind the hole on the far western wall. Okay,
What does that graffiti say?
it is in Mithric, so only you can read it.
oh,
So you know it's old. Okay,
Yes.
old graffiti, and it says in Mithric, "Danger, do not pass." Okay. However, underneath it, in a more modern script, is a different person wrote it, right? In Arcantian, modern Arcantian, below that, it says, "Return with the fruits of Lord Priscus's wisdom before further exploration."
Who the hell's Lord Priscus?
So,
Okay, John, real quick.
Yep.
Sorry. I would like to take the 100 feet of rope that I just had. I would like to untie one end of it from the grappling hook. I'd like to tie the other end of it to my lantern. I'd like to lower the lantern 100 feet into this chasm.
Okay, you want to lower it down.
Just see what I see. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just curious.
Okay. 1 second.
Or at least until I see something, you know.
Wow. Did not expect a hole in the floor up here. That's pretty interesting.
This is the route all the way to the bottom floor, baby.
Okay.
I like Matt's idea about this being the toilet.
there's a toilet. Yeah.
I'm wondering if the graffiti for the danger is actually for the spiders that are no longer there.
No.
Okay, so
I
you
don't
lower
think so.
you lower the lantern down, and it hits something solid gently, right? You can hear it just rock a little bit, you know. It hits the stone ground and illuminates 25
How
feet.
deep?
Huh?
When does it hit something? Like right away?
I'm getting
or-
there. I got to be dramatic
okay.
about it.
Look, we're excited, okay?
These are Onweir's last moments. You got to let it play out.
25 feet below, and it hits below. It hits the floor, and it's in the midst, direct center of a small triangular chamber. Okay. Not a pyramid, but it's a small, like it's in a chamber, right? That chamber is an equilateral triangle that has one point facing directly east. Okay. The lantern illuminates that the entire chamber is sheathed in 1-inch square orange and purple tiles alternating. Okay. In 18 locations on this small triangular chamber on the walls, the tiles appear to be arranged as a chessboard pattern with runes representing traditional Arcantian chess pieces, which are different than the normal real world ones. Okay. On the western wall, right? So this is like, you know, if the point is to the east, there's a straight line to the west, right? There is a door. And that door is in the form of a 5-foot diameter circle made of blue granite, which stands out from everything else. All right. There are a number of inscriptions and images that appear on that door. This is you just like looking down with the lantern, right?
Yeah.
At the top of the circular door, there's a pair of orange, heavily lidded eyes, which appear to stare at visitors who would enter in below. Just below the eyes, there is a phrase that is in Mithric. It is incised with gold that is filled into the stone itself that says, "Hithra, the Paleo Logos rests within. Visitors are unwanted."
Sound
right.
familiar, Onware? Go touch it.
Finally, below the inscription are 2 rows of 5 glyphs. The top row of glyphs glows with orange light, while the bottom row glows with purple light, the same colors of the tiles that decorate all the walls. All right, and it appears that the glyphs depict certain things, but it's difficult to tell without getting into the room itself.
Sure. Do they look at all like the glyphs we saw on the spaceship?
No, okay. they look like
and Hithra the Paleo. Sorry, Matt's doing a great job taking notes on my behalf here, but
Paleo Logos.
Yeah,
Paleo Logos.
Mm-hmm.
Hithra,
Hithra.
not a god that we've ever heard of or something, right?
No.
Every day I think about going back to the God phone and asking questions about all this stuff. I mean,
so paleo, you don't know.
3 days.
You don't know much about the ancient Thoth, except for what you've learned, from being in the halls. But the term Paleo Logos definitely is like an ancient term of esteem for a high-ranking priest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it mean stone knowledge? It's like a god of the dwarves or something,
right?
And we are certain, John, that nothing of this names. None of these names, whether it be Hithra or Priscus, were mentioned in any of the books we got from the library.
I would have to look over that again. However, I was going to say before we ventured forward, remember that it was Modern Archontian that had the mention of Lord Priscus. Okay, Lord Priscus, like Hithra, you have no idea who that is. You just have a vague knowledge that Paleo Logos is some sort of high functionary in the priesthood,
sure.
Right? But the name Priscus, everyone knows, including Gorand, including Mort. Priscus Pulcher was a hero of the Sordian faction during the Great Civil War, the war between the Theosos and the Sordians that rent the empire. We've been over this, and supposedly had something to do with the destruction of Arden Vul. The Sordians were the egalitarian faction that wanted to open up magical knowledge and training to all peoples, right, instead of being hoarded by the priesthoods, right? And the result of that war, the Sordians actually basically won, and the Theosos helped to build the modern day collegia, which allows anyone who has aptitude to actually join the magical schools and learn on where you would naturally be a graduate of one of the colleges. But one of the great heroes, he's almost like a Jean Valjean sort of figure, like a great revolutionary, with a man of great charisma.
Love him already.
His name was Priscus Pulcher. And his reputation has grown outsized in the intervening years since the actual war itself. So he's more legend now than historical figure, in much the same way as like a George Washington would be in America, right? It's like we're taught a certain myth about George Washington, but the actual facts of his life are probably much different. The same would be true for Priscus Pulcher.
And the graffiti says, "Do not proceed forward without the fruits of the knowledge of Lord Priscus." Right?
Fruits of Lord Priscus's wisdom before further exploration.
Yeah. So in so many words,
wonder.
Yes. Yeah. But the original Mithric said, "Danger, do not pass."
Yeah.
Right. So that would actually, Ted, I think you're right. I think you better be a wizard to come down here, or your ass is grass.
Right.
While you guys contemplate that, why don't we take a quick break? This is a good time for it, I think.
Scotch.
We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We have beer. We have empty bladders. We have Onweir hanging above a very interesting, very small chamber, tucked away behind spiderwebs in the Great Chasm. It looks to be a deep, dark secret of Arden Vul. What do you do?
Go ahead.
It's up to you, Onweir, man.
Two things real quick before I do much more with this aspect of the chamber. I'll leave the rope and the lantern dangling as need.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to, if it's possible, hug the wall to the west side of this room and check for any secret doors or levers. Do a deep search of the room, because I have a suspicion that the way I came may not be the only entrance to this room. knowing, especially looking at our map, that there may be one literally directly to the west. So I want to do a deep search.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll scream back, I'm okay. Found some cool stuff.
Okay. You're confident after a thorough search for 10 minutes that there is no other egress from this room.
Interesting.
All right.
Can I ask David to check this too? At the entrance of the doorway to the chasm, does it look like the chasm has destroyed some sort of walkway or pathway or something else that would have connected this to something else?
Very good question.
Same thing I was going to ask. Yeah.
But no.
Really?
Yeah.
If I look straight above me, there's nothing curious about the ceiling.
No, it is worked though, just like the rest of the chamber, right? It's rough, so it didn't appear to have that same level of care that the proper halls that people would actually walk through had. But it was built to be functional out of solid granite.
All right. Well,
that tunnel is the original construction. However, it was made.
Yeah.
This is what it's not broken, damaged, cut through. This is what it was designed to be.
Right.
Here's what's interesting to me is let's say the what was his name? The
Priscus
H
Vulture.
guy. No. Hithra. Let's say Hithra is down there. He's got his little Japanese tiny twins that sing to him, wake him up. How does he come up that tube to get out? I mean, there's got to be. How does he get out of there? Right? Like this doesn't seem like a main way for an important figure like that to be traversing.
And sorry to make you repeat yourself, John. Just to be sure, this hole is also constructed. It is not like a floor that's been busted through to a room below.
No, that's true. Yeah.
It is a constructed floor. So this is an intentional path.
Oh, hold on. Let me just double check.
Because what I'm wondering, Matt,
Yes, it's a carved hole.
That this looks, and David will know because he's the one who looked at it. Does this remind you of the doorway to Artak's wrist? Does not wish to be disturbed, which had glyphs
and was round,
and underneath. Oh, but that was a little different because the Artak's wrist does not wish to be disturbed was written in Arcantian, but there was an alien glyph in the center. But in any case, I think the question still stands. Does it bear any resemblance to Artax's door in the chasm?
No, it does not. Yeah. It's only the only similarity is in its odd placement in the side of the chasm without any means of obvious approach.
Okay, I'm going to walk back over the short distance to where everyone can see me, and I'm going to relay some version of this information to them, right? Much as I can without just yelling into the chasm all day. What do you guys want to do? You want to go rest? You want me to, I'll go down there and die. I don't care if I die. I'll go down to explore more, but like mechanically, do we want to like go rest some and return?
I think that
makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. I think we do that because we're more prepared, and there are other things that we wanted to do. I think the main thing that checked this off my list is that there's not just a giant trove of treasure sitting right there that we just walked by like 60 times.
Well, also, we know the puzzle piece that we need to find elsewhere and bring here. Like if we're searching around and we find something from Priscus, we know this is the place to bring that. Like this is the place where that's relevant.
Right. Plus, I promised Yost s'mores. So
I have some in my bag.
I don't know if Priscus's wisdom is like a physical object, like a MacGuffin, or if it's like a wizard's with the correct, like knows his story and knows like these riddles 3. Like it's entirely possible I go down there and like a disembodied voice says, "Gaze into the eyes for thy judgment," and et cetera, et cetera. And a wizard or someone with intelligence is maybe more equipped for that, or plays a chess game or whatever. Yeah.
There's orange and purple runes, and there's orange and purple tiles making chess games. You've got to win X number of chess games to open the door. That's my guess.
Which Onweir could do hands tied behind their back without any knowledge of this Priscus fellow.
Right.
I mean, let's be real. But yeah, let's go rest first. But I think obviously like in character Onweir would be very curious about this as well.
Okay, so you're retreating. Okay,
Retreating.
so all right, so you pull back up the lantern. I'm gonna say it's gonna take a turn to safely return.
Sure.
Don't mind me.
I'm going to cover my tracks as much as I can. Also, is there any way to disguise? Sorry to cut you off, John. Is there any way to disguise this to anyone who might come looking after us? Like, do I see stones that I could stack in like a way that might occlude it a bit?
You could occlude it with the remnants of webbing.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my best to like hide it behind the webbing so that if any other adventuring party comes around here, they don't think much of it.
That'll take a turn too. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it if everyone else is.
Yeah.
What is it now? 11:30.
It is just past 11:30.
All
There we
right.
go.
Okay, and are you wasting any more? Not wasting. I'm sorry, I didn't mean waste. Are you
How dare you?
are you spending any more time in this room, or are you just beating ass all the way back to the stairwell?
I am gonna pull like a Hieronymus Bosch and like in a weird voice go, Forrest, where have you come? And I'm gonna just stick my ass out from over the ledge, Ace Ventura style. You know,
Streaker.
Okay. Are you going to?
You're looking really good.
Are you doing anything in the room, real quick?
Yeah, Mort wants to paint AV Club on the bridge. Do not cross.
Okay. For real?
Yeah.
That'll take a turn.
Well,
All
I'll
right.
do it while he.
Yeah, while he was
Boring.
doing that stuff.
Okay, cool. All right, so you are moving backwards back towards explored territory. Would you like to forego caution in order to save time?
Let's see. It's like 1, 2, 3 turns back to the stairwell, or 4.
It's about 4. No, about 3. It's about 3 if you move cautiously, but you can move 3 times as fast if you forego caution. So to only take 1 turn if you wanted to beat ass.
Let's go cautiously. That always does us well. We don't want to draw any attention to anything. Yeah.
Let's just do it.
All right, don't mind me.
I hate being surprised by skeletal warriors. You know.
What
That was amazing.
those
Matt.
were
By the way, thank you.
So
random?
it's what I do, huh?
Good paint AV Club. Do not cross. Ha ha ha.
Okay. Someone roll me a d6, please.
I got it.
Do you got
Well, I got it.
I got it. Sorry, rolled.
Oh, he rolled a foe.
Okay, who's leading the careful way back?
Me.
Yeah, and I'm right behind him.
All right.
Kill me.
Just
I'm
the-
here. Do it. Do it
The
now.
random
Do it
encounter
now.
of bags of money, right? There's just money sitting there. That's weird. Let's take it.
Okay. What's your AC, Goran?
Oh, you bastard. Son of a bitch. 19.
Okay. All right. So you guys are carefully moving back down the corridor. Everything seems normal. Okay. Goran, you're cautiously moving with your, nothing's pinging or anything like that. When your outstretched hand that has its your spear, I guess, right? Yeah, your spear. It meets resistance in the air a little bit, as if it hit something gelid.
Oh no!
And then you yank your spear back out of like, what the fuck is that? And then you can see that something is encasing the entire corridor and moving with steady purpose back, towards the west. It appears that and we're basically right at the juncture of the fountain chamber. So you're just west of that. You're like in that square that's in between the entrance to the statue room and the entrance to the fountain room. Okay. In that corridor. And it's at the east. And there doesn't appear to be anything floating in the air. It just appears that when you get a good look at it, as you're like backing away in horror, that the entire air is just kind of moving in a gelid fashion, and it's slowly creeping towards you, encasing all aspects of the corridor.
Matt,
luckily,
you saved our asses, bro. Because
You
we
were-
were running down the corridor.
you were surprised, Goran, but it missed you in its attack. And you see like some sort of like clear, transparent pseudopod actually like slurp back into its, you would say, cubic form. Roll Roll for initiative, please. Actually,
Nice.
is anyone casting spells? And Gorn, are you moving out of melee because you were in melee right now?
Yeah, I think we should all back up and attack this thing from range, right?
But Gorn, only you need to determine if you are declaring melee movement. What are you doing? Withdrawal or
I say
retreat?
back up, and I do a withdrawal, fighting withdrawal.
Okay, spells.
Can I? Sorry, John. Before we make a decision, where in the corridor are we?
You are in the exact. Well, Gorn is in the square that is in between the entrance to the statue room and the fountain room thing. The rest of you are right behind him.
So we've passed through the fountain.
No. Okay.
No.
I'm going to attempt to ping. Here we go. Wish me luck as I attempt to ping.
Room.
Here we go. Right here. That's where Gorn is. The blue dot is where Gorn is. Okay. The rest of you are arrayed to the west.
I asked because if we retreat, we should not retreat out and be locked out of here. We should retreat into one of the other rooms. But we know it's in the statue room, so we should probably retreat into there.
Except that we can't be in that hallway because we opened the southern door. The northern door, that hallway door, we can't open from the chasm room.
Oh, yeah,
So
we would have had to go down the southern one. Yeah, you're right.
We had to go down the southern one and come up north through the fountain room.
Pay attention to me for real quick. It is imminent danger right now. You have no time to discuss strategy. I need to know declaration of spells that you can determine what you want to do as we move through the phases. Who is casting?
I'm not trying to discuss strategy, John.
Strategy. If we don't know where we are, we don't know where we can move.
Yeah, David.
That's the issue. If we're moving backwards, which hall we're in, predicate is decides.
No, I just pointed it out. Pointed it out.
But we determined that we couldn't be there because we didn't go in that hall.
No.
Oh,
you were saying you wanted to retreat west from. You can't retreat west from that point. I guess. Where's the cubic thing, John?
Okay.
I thought it was just to the east of the corridor intersection with the fountain.
Okay, Avaricios, don't ping. No one ping. No one touch the map. Okay.
Okay.
Here is Gornd. Okay.
Can't be there.
Why can't he be there?
Because we're not in that hallway. We have to be in the southern hallway.
We came in from the southern hallway, not the northern hallway.
Oh, right. That door is open. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's do it like this. Gornd is here. Okay. The rest of you are arrayed behind.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Cool.
The cube
is right there.
The cube is right here.
Got it.
All right. Perfect.
I got disconnected from the room in Owlbear. I'm just going to go with what you guys. I can't see anything. It keeps moving me from the room, so it's fine. But
is anyone casting spells?
I'm not.
No.
Okay. Roll for initiative, please.
Somebody else roll.
I got a 1.
All right. I'm rolling. I have a 5.
Okay. You guys win.
That's a good thing.
Moving. Gornd, you are moving backwards, so towards the north and around the corner. Anyone else moving?
I think we're all moving backwards with them.
We should all back up.
Okay. Your full movements?
Yep. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then missiles?
Missile, I can use Shrieker. I had it out when I was in the previous room, so it should be at the ready. Okay,
if you're using Shrieker Avaricios, that means that you have not moved around that corner to the west, and you are not moving your full movement. Otherwise, you would not have a beat on it.
Okay, well then I will not do that. I will wait.
Okay, no problem. And no one's going to be in melee, so everyone backs up. So now it is the cube's turn. The cube moves 20 feet up. So now it is actually right at the juncture where it turns west as it moves towards you, but it cannot reach you as you guys are all the way backed up down that corridor. Top of the round, spells. No?
Nope.
Roll for initiative, please. I got a 4.
I got it this time.
Yep. I was just wondering if Elizabeth wanted to cast a spell for funsies.
I don't think it can even affect a gelatinous cube.
It won initiative.
The thing's invisible, though, Matt. It would allow us to see
Gornd is up front, so it does engage with Gornd in an attempt to absorb him. Gorn's AC is 19, as I remember, and it misses as it attempts with a pseudopod to snatch you in. Gornd is now in melee. The rest of you are right behind Gornd. Is your turn. Move? No?
John, I'm attacking.
Okay. Moving? No? Missiles?
I'm gonna fall back to the doorway.
Yep. Fall back to the doorway.
Okay.
I will fall back. I can fall back and use my.
You can. If you miss, there's a chance you might hit Gorand.
It's all right. You can take it.
Okay. Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna attack. Oh wait, he goes to attack first.
Yep. Avaricios, the AC you're trying to get is 11.
Okay.
19.
All right. I'm rolling my d20. Open.
All right.
That's a
All right.
16 on the die.
You got it. Shrieker.
Plus 3 to hit.
Yep.
Damage is 1d8 plus 2. That is 7 points of damage.
Ooh, okay. All right. Shrieker whips into the cube, which absorbs it immediately. You can see the whole thing sort of shudder a little bit. Still up, though. As it goes.
That gives me heart, John. If it's my turn to attack, I'm going to attack.
It is. Yep.
17 plus 3, 20.
That's a
AC
hit.
20.
It's an AC 11.
Okay. Ooh, I do 11 points to it. Take that.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So you jab your spear into it, and you can see the thing sort of collapse inward and sort of basically deform until it basically coats the entire wall, but not the hallway, and then basically disappears into the cracks and seams of the masonry and is gone.
Well,
Really?
Hey.
That
Did
is
how
it
you do it,
run or did I kill it?
It's gone.
Huh.
Okay.
It went to join the mothership.
Okay, a turn goes by from the combat.
Never actually had anyone sick one of those on me in a dungeon before.
I know.
That's fun.
Continuing to
What's
move
next?
forward.
A mimic?
Yeah, we're heading to the staircase to sleep.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, another 2 turns. Don't mind me.
Gorand,
Okay.
roll.
Right as you get back to the door to the stairwell,
Okay.
the poor humans lose their infravision.
Aw. Oh, we're going to sleep anyways.
Yeah, I was
And
going to say,
then-
now you won't have to like sit there looking at things in the dark.
As you enter into the stairway and attempt to set up camp, that is at the point where Lisbeth's lantern goes out.
Okay.
But you still
All right.
have Onweir's lantern, which is still lit.
All right.
Okay.
Well, she has another flask of oil. So
Well, let's-
Why don't you save it for when we're
we'll
not
save it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
before we as part of setting up camp, I'll take out another flask of oil from the bag, just so that we have that in case we need it.
Okay. So, are there any other precautions that you were taking for setting up camp besides just shutting that door?
Didn't
we
somebody
can
have
stick
some
the door.
bells on a string or something?
I have 5 bells on my person.
Why don't
Yeah,
you?
we can put on some string. I don't have string on my person.
Oh, come on! Look at my
Anyway,
gear.
get some string. If we hang some string on the door with some bells and maybe at the, across one of the stairs on the stairwell, something
Might
comes
even
down
want
the
to-
stairs.
You might even want to do that a few feet up. I mean, also, John, just to make sure, remember, I've set that alarm spell way back in the hallway. So if any of those baboons managed to find that secret back entrance, it would have had to set that off.
Yep.
And I wouldn't have heard. I haven't felt that at all, right?
Yep. Oh, by the way, I made a mistake in that battle, although it doesn't really matter. You all should have been suffering penalties for exhaustion because it is way past midnight now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You are
Sleepy.
absolutely exhausted.
Yep.
All right. So the whole point of sleeping is to give the spellcasters a chance to get their 8 hours uninterrupted. Is that right, John?
And for you to level up.
Well, but to
They don't
level
know
up, we don't have. We can sleep like a 4-hour shift and a 4-hour shift, right?
You
Like,
know, you have to
take
have
your-
you have to have a full night's rest. to
So
level
that's
up.
what I'm asking. Is like, if you take guard duty, that means you don't get a full night's rest.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. You need like 8 hours of
I always understood that you could take a shift. Maybe it's different in OSC. You could take a shift.
There's
but
no
you
clear
just
rule, but
couldn't
I'm
do
ruling it that
anything
you need a
after.
full night's good rest in camp to, you need like 8 hours.
So basically, Goran and Elizabeth have to do all the guard duty because they're not leveling up and they don't need spells.
Well,
Oh, no,
Elizabeth is
Elizabeth
gonna,
needs spells. Oh,
yeah, and she is going to
Goran
level
and
up. Actually.
Niall. Goran and Niall just need to stay up all night.
Or we just
Well,
have two. We plan a 16-hour rest.
yeah. Why wouldn't we just sleep longer?
Yeah, we could do it that way.
That way, we're always on guard. I mean, it'll get boring, but I'd probably have a pack of playing cards in the sack. So
Okay, so you set up watches. You've got the alarm spell way back up on the other level. Is there anything else that you do to secure yourselves?
we did the bells around this one, and the bells
Bells.
kind of on the stairs.
Okay.
Maybe we spike the door and I'll put some loose pythons just on the stairs. If somebody avoids the bells, maybe they'll slip or knock off a python.
Okay.
Why don't we ride the lightning and just all go to sleep and no one stand watch with all those bells?
You do that too?
Why not?
If
Let's
not-
try
if
it. Yeah.
nothing comes,
Let's
it'd be
try it.
fun.
Let's try it. We'll wake up. We'll
inside
wake
a
up.
gelatinous cube.
I'm just saying, let's try it. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. I'm curious.
I'm good, dude. I'll keep watch. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
You're going to be
All right.
exhausted though.
You've got your protection set up, and you attempt. I think this is the very first time to camp within the dungeon. Is that
Oh,
right?
John,
You feel
I also get some earmuffs out of the bag because I don't want to be disturbed.
understood.
And one of those sleep masks with the little eyes closed.
Sure. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And you. So I need everyone to mark off a ration.
He's got rations on him.
Yeah. I hope you do.
I've got 5. If
Okay.
anyone needs one.
Everybody mark off a ration,
Well, why don't you take?
including for your retainers.
Let me see if she has some. All right.
Yeah, I'd like some food there, Goran.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Back to basics,
All
all
right,
you
when you go down
mid-level guys.
When you
All
go
right,
down to 3 rations, you go down to 1 slot, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take out a tuna sandwich and give it to Lisbeth.
Living large.
I'm going
Okay.
to take out a bowl of tomato soup and give it to Nyal.
Right on.
And
Okay.
I'll have some hummus and pita.
So in this miserable staircase, dark with just your lantern light to keep you comfort, you bed down very nervously, attempting to get some sort of semblance of rest within the depths of Arden Vul. And lo and behold, 16 hours pass, and nothing molests you.
Okay. Speaking of molesting, I need to do some pre-molesting. I want to cast. Can I cast my healing spells before I sleep?
Yeah. Is there enough that it's even worth a roll, or will like any healing just heal everybody up?
No, Nyal is still like well down.
Okay, roll them.
So that's 2d6 if I use both spells. That's 5. And come on. So it's 6 points
Plus 2,
plus
so 8 points.
Well, it's 4, right? Because he cast both of them. So that would be 10 points.
Isn't it plus 1 for each spell?
Wait, is it plus 1 or plus 2?
So it would be
I will look it up. We don't need to.
okay. So yeah. So you heal Nyal, he's feeling great. You eat, you sleep, and you wake up 16 hours later. I'll start us fresh. So that means it'll be we'll round it out here, but we'll start it off at midnight. So that would be 16 would be 4 o'clock in the afternoon is where we're going to pick it up again.
We're a bunch of lazy bums.
4 p.m. is when you wake up. You feel very refreshed. In fact, some of you are feeling more refreshed than normal as you have dinged. I believe that Mort and Aphrisios have both leveled up.
And Elizabeth. Yeah. I think we got to force them. Yeah.
Yost and Elizabeth as well. Okay, so let's not worry about Yost and Elizabeth right now, and let's move through it real quick. Mort, I believe that you have a simple hit point roll increase, right?
That should be everything that I get at this level. Yeah.
Okay, roll a d6 and add your con.
Oh.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, spellcasters should be thinking about what spells they've memorized.
D6
All
10 is that one that looks like a square.
No, I opened up my dice roller and everybody's rolls from the last 10 minutes just all happened at once on my screen. I don't know what's going on. My con modifier is, sadly, it is a -1. So 1d6.
Oh, you get one. One hit
I get
point.
1 hit point.
1 hit point for Mort. That is
is
the total
holy.
summation of the 5th level goblin. Avaricios.
Oh,
You, however, get
brutal.
some juice. So let's do your hit points first. You're going to roll a d6 as well, I believe.
All right. Here we go.
And you have a -1 to your con too. You get the unhealthy bonus.
Do I? No, I don't know. My con is I have a 0. It's 5 hit points.
You both have con 8s, right?
No. For Avaricios has con 9.
Really? Okay. I have that marked down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dex is 8. Con is 9.
Okay.
Int is 7. We don't need to talk about that. That's it.
Okay. So you gain 5 hit points.
I do.
What's your total now?
Total is 20.
Great. What's Mort's total?
Sorry, I'm having a little computer difficulty here. Mort's new total is now 15.
Okay, cool. All right, Avaricios is 20. And then Avaricios, why don't you let everyone know about the strange quirk of BXD&D that makes clerics so juicy at 6th level?
All right. Level 6 is a really nice level if you're a cleric. Not only do you get 2 new spells, you get one of those is a 3rd level spell, and one of those is a 4th level spell. So I go from having 2 level 1s and 2 level 2s to adding a level 3 and a level 4.
That's
That
crazy. That's
is
got to be a typo.
Super cool.
Nah, I'll take it. It's good.
It's pretty cool. It's the only time that happens. But it's a magic level for a cleric. It's when the cleric becomes a man.
Oh, there's some good stuff too.
Yeah.
So for that, I'll kind of do in reverse, right? So for that new 4th level spell, there's some really juicy stuff in there. There's speak to plants. There's turning sticks into snakes. But I think the first one I'm going to try is I'm going to try. Knowing that we're going to plan to go talk to this fire guy and things might get a little weird, I'm going to take the 4th level create water spell.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right, let's run down your other spells. What else are you doing?
Okay. For third level, I'm going to take continual light,
Sweet.
which will let me cast like daylight on a thing.
Mm-hmm.
2nd level, I am going to do silence again. That is quite nice, and you know what? I'll do bless again, just in case we think we're going to have some trouble.
Okay, first levels.
Okay, and 1st level, I'm going to do cure light wounds twice again.
Great, awesome. That's sweet. Okay, Elizabeth also went up in level. Is that correct?
She did, so she gets, I believe, 2 1st level spells now.
She does, yeah. And she gets to roll a d6 for her hit points. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay. Boom. Oh, that's 5.
Oh, nice. All right, Elizabeth.
Battle.
Getting a little
And
tougher.
her-
2nd level druid. So is she memorizing? Is praying for fairy fire? And what else is there? Or is she doing 2 different ones? Or what's she doing?
Yeah, she'll do 2 different ones. She's going to do. I'm going to try a little different. We're going to try animal friendship.
Okay.
Make some friends. You know, when you're down in dungeons, what you want to do, and also invisibility to animals.
Okay.
So just in case they're mean, you know.
Gotcha.
Get both.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, Ted.
Can I just roll for Yost's hit points real quick?
Yep. What level is Yost now?
He's now a 4th level fighter.
Whoa.
Rolled a D8 for hit points. He rolled a 4. He gets a +2 to his con, so he is now at 24 hit points.
He just hit 4th?
Yeah.
That's a big level for a fighter. His bracket goes up. So his he gets a +2 to his attack now, base.
Yeah.
He gets his damage die is increased from a D8 to a D10.
Yeah.
Okay, and his all of his saves go down by 2 across the board.
Ooh, nice.
Sweet.
Okay, big level for that. Don't forget too that once retainers meet your level, they are no longer your retainer. They are
Oh, I know it.
They are free-thinking people. Okay. The
can't have that.
Okay. Who else we got?
My spells.
Onward spells, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes. What are you memorizing?
2 read magics slotted, a mirror image, and an improved phantasmal.
Ooh. Okay. Very cool. Have you taken care of everybody?
I think that's everyone.
So only Nyal didn't go up, right? Nyal and Gornd. Well, I mean, when Nyal for
Bad Mike.
Okay, great. I believe that's everything for the next day, right? Okay. So, feeling refreshed and feeling very blessed that you did not get bothered during your sleep at all. You are ready to face the new adventuring day. However, that day is on the waning end already. Oh, and by the way, happy first day of Jelenios, everyone. It's a new month. It's a new month. It's been forever. So this is named after the ancient god Jael. The name is Jelenios, Jeleneos, and it is equivalent to our world's June. So it is the first of Jelenios.
It's strawberry season, boys. Let's go pick strawberries.
Okay. So 4 p.m. down in the depths of the first of Jelenios. You are in the stairwell. We are back to square one. What do you do?
We're gonna
go talk to a burning ring of fire. Yeah.
So before we do anything, I'm going to go ahead and burn it on one of my holy symbols that I wear around my neck. I'm going to cast continual light on that. So that is going to be going whenever we need it. If we don't need it, I can tuck it back under. If we need it, I can pull it out. Okay. But it's just going to be hanging around my neck.
Okay. Did someone in this whole spell section? Did someone get read magic?
Onward was going to.
Maybe I just said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't level up. I was telling you my memorized spells.
No, I just forgot. I just want to make sure.
Two read magics. Yeah. 2 read magics. Mirror image and improved phantasmal.
Got it. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So Everest was casting. You're like, whoa, and he's like, don't worry. He tucks it back in because it's strong.
Yeah, this is bright as full daylight in a 30-foot radius.
Right. Okay. What do you do?
Fire room, baby.
Okay. I don't know. I could use a nap. You know how when you sleep, stay in bed for too long?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, you move into the fire room. Carefully opening the door. It appears to have not changed at all. The being is still there, regarding you with his arms crossed. Very hazy to see, though. The heat is intense.
I send him fire forever, and
yes, side.
and I'm gonna pop off my read magic and I'm gonna look at those runes.
Okay, you step up and you read magic. The runes kind of pop up like a little bit, like holographically off the top of the thing, and it's like, and it rearranges itself into a language that you can decipher. And it says in the language of magic, the fire of truth cleanses the mind and transports the body of those faithful who proclaim that Thoth rules.
Ooh. Can I just fucking say, hold on. When I said I think this is gonna be a portal. Okay, I'm gonna look at everyone. I'm gonna go deuces. I don't know why I'm so obnoxious today. But Onward is just on one.
Today.
I'm gonna repeat verbatim that thing, which was Thoth rules.
Is that what you're gonna proclaim?
What was it again? I got so excited I forgot what it said.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it again.
The fire of truth is capitalized, cleanses the mind and transports the body of those faithful who proclaim that Thoth rules.
Okay, the fire of truth cleanses the mind and transports the bodies of those faithful who proclaim Thoth rules.
Yes.
So I'm gonna walk up to the Efreet and say Thoth rules.
Okay.
Are you going to say it in a language it understands?
Oh. I'm just going to start. I mean, like, what do you mean? I don't know any language.
Say it in Mithric or Kantian or in magic?
I mean, how about I say it in, is magic speakable?
Not, No, I mean, it is, but it's like it's it translated it to Arcantian to you.
Yeah. Sure, I'm gonna say in Mithric, Thoth rules. How about that?
Okay. You, nothing visually seems to change, and the rest of you don't see any change or feel any difference in the heat. However, Onweir, once you say Thoth rules, all evidence of the billowing heat in your face disappears completely. Although the fire is still ever present.
Sure.
And so is the beam. Sure. Like consuming your vision. I mean, look how big it is on the map. Sure. It's massive. Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna look back at everyone to make it really clear what the words I said were, and then I'm gonna back into the fire.
Okay. So you guys are horrified, as you can see. Yet somehow it's like, yeah, par for the course. As Onweir backs, steps over the 1 foot ledge of marble into the fire itself. Much like the Queen of Dragons, you come out unharmed. You step in and you are completely wreathed by fire, and you can see the fire react to Onweir's presence as it's actually like immolating him, or you know what I mean, that sort of thing. But you feel no pain at all, Onweir. But you feel a voice appears in your mind, and you know that it is coming from the being that is before you in the midst of the fire. You are also right in front of this golden key, which is at the base of the creature, right? And that voice in your head says, "Thoth values your love." It says in like this very smooth voice. "Do you wish to be cleansed or to be transported?"
Okay, so again,
you're gonna get a Thothian high colonic here in a second.
Well, again, the magic said that the truth will cleanse, followers and be transported if they say Thoth rules.
The fire of truth. The fire of truth. The fire of truth cleanses the mind and transports the body of those faithful who proclaim that Thoth rules.
These are two things that it can do. I see. Cleanses the mind.
That could be good or bad.
I know. That's the thing.
Don't do transport, man. Like we.
Ted, obviously, I'm going to do transport. That's not a decision.
We're just going to have to leave you where, because
this is me wheedling a little bit, John.
Its arms have actually kind of opened up in like a gesture of like embrace as well.
As the 18 intelligence caster that I am, when I parse the grammar of this sentence, does it or what he's just said to me, does it sound as if it's an either or?
It's an or. It's Thoth values your love. Do you wish to be cleansed or to be transported?
You know what I gotta do, guys.
Gotta do it.
For those who don't know, I think there's a slight callback I can make to Hole in the Oak, in which there's a rug that covers a portal that my fighter of that session jumped into because he had a very low intelligence and died very quickly afterwards. But I'm going to say transported. I've got to say transported.
Okay. When you think in your mind transported, the same voice says, "Where to exactly?"
Oh.
It's too much for David. He just can't handle it.
You gotta go.
Here's the thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. I'm sorry for what. What's that? What's that, Mike?
You gotta go to that place where the wife of the general had their asylum, where the regalia are.
Oh fuck! I was gonna say. See what I was going to say. Oh, this is like I was going to go into my brain. Goodness, sorry. I got to think about this.
Use my brain. It's fine.
Not Priscus Pulcher. Who's the name of the character who didn't want to be disturbed in there that we just saw earlier?
Hithra, the Hithra Logos.
I was going to say I was going to go to Hithra's quarters, but fuck, I don't know if this is like once I do this, no one else can use this again scenario.
The being in the
Or-
fire too was it was obvious that it was accentuating exactly where to
Right.
exactly.
And you got to figure out some way to let us know where that is.
I don't think I can, right? Like, is there any way for me to communicate with them?
Another thing too is I do have to be strict in that I'm going to have to be mean and say that the rest of you can have no input because this is a telepathic conversation that he's having with the being in the fire.
Right.
He's obviously undergoing something, but you're just like, oh my God, what is about to happen?
I didn't pour a big enough whiskey for this.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to
problem
decide
is I
on
need
your
to,
own what you say or do on where.
No,
Sorry.
I know. No, it's okay. And I agree with what Mike said, honestly. The most important thing that I would consider right now is the regalia, probably. But
Do you want to think about it while the rest of them do stuff? Or
I think I just
Honestly,
need to look
there's
at our
nothing for us
notes
to
real
do.
quick.
that's fine.
Fuck. Can I just have like a couple minutes? Yeah.
Do you want to pause it for a second, David? Would that be better?
Yeah, let's pause it for a
That would
second because
help. Can we
it's
pause
a
it for a
big
second?
thing to think
Good
about.
idea.
We'll be right back. Okay. Onweir has rolled it around in his head and he has decided to say what? Where to exactly, says the being.
Recalling again what I read in all of the books that I totally legally acquired, right?
Yeah.
Important distinction.
Yeah.
Very, very important distinction. Very no foul play, etc. There was a talk of Lady Clementia's asylum in Iso's notes being the location of a cleansing of sorts, whatever that may mean, required prior to the entrance, their entry of Tricoder's tomb, where the regalia that we're all sort of throbbing about is purportedly located. I was going to say Tricoder's tomb, but then I had a panic spiral thinking about all of this because I couldn't remember all the details. So the answer is, I'm going to say Lady Clementia's asylum.
Okay. You think Lady Clementia's asylum. Everyone in the room feels an intense heat, as if it's sort of like the scene from Dune with like the pain box, right? Like you're not going to be able to take it anymore. Like all your flesh is burning off. But then it immediately subsides with there's a quick snap. And when you regain your senses, you find yourself in the strangest place, the exact opposite of where you were just a moment ago. You are in a large, oblong, octagonal chamber, approximately 50 feet east to west by 30 feet north to south. But there is snow and ice that covers all surfaces of the eastern half of this 20-foot tall chamber, which is where you guys are standing, and you immediately are like the heat.
All of us?
All of you,
Sure.
all of you are transported there, all together
Oh shit!
to the western.
Whoa.
Maybe
On the
All
western
right.
end of the chamber, however, things are very different. The western wall, 50 feet away from where you are right now, and you're surrounded by ice and snow. Oh, completely underground, though. The west wall is fully occupied by an enormous sculpture of a human female, and warmth radiates visibly from her visage, such that all of the surfaces on the western end are completely free of snow and ice. There are deeply cut inscriptions in Mithric that fill the southwestern and northwestern walls of this octagonal chamber. All right, the head of the lady sculpture is 15 feet above the ground, and it is carved in about 3/4 relief. So it's like attached to the wall in the back, and it takes the form of a young, attractive human female with a huge, towering, arrayed hairdo, and she is smiling benignly, and she has slightly open lips, and the head itself has been painted in vibrant colors. She has olive skin and black hair, blue eyes, and a yellow necklace. So, you on the eastern end of this chamber are completely surrounded by snow and ice.
I think upon landing in this wintry land with a daughter of the ice in front of us, Onweir has this just itch. I don't know what it is. There's this sort of feeling about like a pockmarked, ugly old rogue. It may have died by being eaten by wolves.
Yeah.
And he looks about as if from a different life.
Yeah.
He looks about
A parallel dimension of the cold. To be clear, though, where that had open sky, this is an underground chamber that is 20 feet tall, yet snow and ice cover the entire eastern portion of it. The last thing we'll say before we close this session is that when you get a bearing on where your surroundings are right now, you're like, where the hell are we? You could see that you are standing in the midst of a Thothian teleportation ring that is in the direct eastern side. As you survey your surroundings, and you are a completely different part of the dungeon. Not how I thought this was going to go. So we'll leave it there. Pick it up with a detox in a moment. But Jesus Christ, okay.
Screw you, David.
I love it so much.
Screw me, baby. You're welcome. You're
So-
welcome. This is what I'm here for.
So I've got some prepping to do. So we're going to have to shut this down. So everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You've been watching 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play channel on the internet. Until next time, everyone have a great week, and we will see you next time. Bye now.
See you guys. Thank you, John.
Bye. Thanks, John.